welcome back to another episode of the Blue Honor Vlog. I'm Kay Williams, author of the Trilokia trilogy, Blue Honor, for which this vlog and my blog are named for, and op-dec Operation Deceit, a World War II spy thriller. All right, let's get into it because it's September. Yay! It's getting a bit chillier out there. This is getting to be my favorite time of year. Absolutely love it. So speaking of, as the year is, we're going into the last quarter of the year and things are kind of dying off, and we're going to be facing the holidays. My favorite holiday is coming up next month, and just recharging time, sometimes through the winter and all sorts of things. I wanted to talk a little bit about resilience in the face of failure. Failure sucks, right? And as authors, we face a lot of it. You'll get more rejections than you will get yeses. So that is the reality of how this business works. We put our heart and soul, blood, sweat, and tears into our work, and our works mean a lot to us. We think they're the bee's knees. That's why we waste our time creating these stories and writing them down. As I've said to others, I'm like, there's no point for me to write this down other than to share it with others. And if others aren't paying attention to me, what's the point? That hurts, right? And it's like, how do you push past that? How do you rise above that? Building up your platform, finding your readership and all that, you're going to need resilience, because that's another place where rejection is going to happen hugely. I remember when I first turned my attention to wanting to write was during high school. And I remember people going, oh, I'll wait for the movie. I don't read. That's something you want to brag about. Okay. Wait for the movie. Do you do audiobooks? That's the new thing. Do you do audiobooks? Well, I'm just so busy. I don't have time to sit still. I like to listen to them. You like to have books read to you because you don't have time. Totally understand it. You're not reading. You're not actually enjoying a book. It's like a radio show, a podcast, a movie. Anyway, it's different. It's not the same thing. And also, it costs to pay somebody to read. It costs a lot. And yeah, you can work out a deal with a voice actor where they get part of the profits. It can be part of your profits. So the way that it works out, it's like it's part of your split. So hope that it sells a lot, because you'll be making probably half of what you would with a paperback. The publishing industry is struggling all around. I don't know why less people seem to be reading. It probably has to do with you can't get along in life without working up to 3 jobs or more. Who has time, right? Understand. So if people had a bit more leisure time and they had a little bit more money to spend on things, the market would be a lot better. But things aren't getting a lot better, but we have to persevere. The art form has called us, and here we are, limping along. One of the ways that I keep resilient is building a community around myself. Whether that's people who follow me online, finding friends, and just doing friend things, hanging out, chatting, talking, getting away from the writing, because writing is work. It's work, so I have to compartmentalize that. That stays at work. And it comes up, and you'll have opportunities and stuff to talk about that, and people will know that you're an author. I've had people that I've been friends with on social media for months, and they go, "You're a writer?" It's just in the name. They've just realized, they've just made the connection. Is that interesting? I don't know what that is. I think that goes along with my whole thought process around why do you think I'm so incapable of doing this? I have 2 degrees. I have 2 degrees focused on writing. I've published books. I've been published with a publisher and independently published. Been on both sides. And yet people still go, "You wrote this?" So wild. So wild. I'm not sure what right here is giving that doubt. Maybe I just look way too young, almost a half century old. Not sure if I need to let the grays grow in a little bit more, get a few more lines on my face. I don't know. I don't know what I need to do. But I don't project author somehow. Nerd girl, sure. Bit witchy, yeah. I mean, I had people tell me prior to having my daughter, did not strike them as mom material. I'm a mom. It's like, what do I have to do? It's crazy. But resilience is something that you build. And how you build that is through self-care, whatever that's going to look like. So Friday hits and you have a glass of wine. You watch one of your favorite films or a new film that you're interested in. Maybe you have some quiet time. Like this year, I finally saved money and I got myself what's called a hammock chair. So it's the steel pipes that hang the chaise lounge. So it's like a half moon, which is so perfect for me. Witchy. And I can sit outside and soak up, the day and just relax on the weekend and do the thing. And it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. What sucks is when it rains and all the pollen is stuck in the chair and I got to go out and brush it off and stuff. I got to take care of it, and I do take care of her. I had to save some money to get her, so she matters, and she provides a lot of comfort and solace and self-care to me. I get to stick my little pale white legs out into the sunlight and maybe get some vitamin D for once, instead of sticking them underneath a desk and tattering away at the type, I set also, continuing on, I set small goals for myself. I have my drawer here. I don't know if anybody likes these. This was just a impulse buy. I have some chocolates, different kinds, stuffed in here. And I have British ancestry, so I kind of do my own little tea time, American stuff, because it's coffee and chocolate. That might be the Italian. Okay, Granddad making a show, right? It's like Graham's side versus Granddad's side. Anyway, that's another way to build resilience, is to crack those jokes, make fun, have fun. My daughter recharges me. Oh my Lord, is she healing? I don't know how to express that. She is really healing. Her giggles and spending time with her and grounding myself that way. I also get some good rest and grounding with Finnegan, my dog. And before him, Sadie, and with Sadie, Max. And there will be other dogs. I love dogs. Dogs are like my bag. But, spending time with the pets, spending time with family. I am blessed to have a pretty good network. And then, chosen family, like my friends that I have locally to me, but also the people that I adore that I've met online, like on TikTok and stuff. There are so many cool people that I've met in my life, and I am so grateful to them. And watching their videos and reading their posts and stuff, you all really help me be a stronger human being, a better human being. I have friends who will call me in on things. And then there's people that I follow who I learn from constantly, and I am so grateful. I'm a better human being, and it pays it forward out to the greater society every day. And that is priceless. I have some people I need to buy coffees for, and lunch and dinner and all sorts of things. Yeah, poor writer, I'm so sorry. If these would sell, I'd be buying you coffees left and right. Giving to causes that matter to you. That's another way that I build resiliency, because I feel like I'm affecting positive things in life while I may be struggling to place a screenplay or get a book done, and I'm thinking I'm no good at this. I can support somebody else who's doing something wonderful. I don't know if you're familiar with him. There is a creator on TikTok called Walt Way, that he's the former love poet, and I bought his book of poems. So Walt has an amazing project, the Bristol English Project. Please look that up and please make a donation. It's really important. It's a genealogy for people who have lost their history, their family histories, and a lot of those connections due to chattel slavery in the United States in the 17 and 1800s. And he's putting the pieces back together for them, and he is so inspiring to watch. You have no idea. He is from my state. He's living in Rochester right now. So always so stoked. And it's like, I need to go, spend some money on him. He's like one of my favorite people. I'm so proud of him, and watching that project grow and flourish and really take off. And he talks about resiliency too. He faces a lot of pushback, a lot of ugliness and stuff on the internet, and watching him navigate that, I'm honored that he shares that with the public, and that I'm one of the people sitting in the seats, getting to see this. And I snatched up his book right away. He's an amazing poet. He does spoken word. He has some of that. I believe he also has a YouTube, so you can look for him here. Phenomenal human being. I love his Wednesdays when he checks in with Black women, see how they're doing, and really checks in with them to give them a outlet. And that's so important for the community. So important. And please don't butt in on that. Do not butt in on that. That is specifically for a certain group of people who need that. And it's good, and it's okay. If you need a space to pop off, find that space for you. That's not your space. But anyway, building resiliency. That's why we have those spaces, right? They're personal to us. They're focused on us and our needs and our issues. And if we identify with a group, there is a group for you to share with, to build back, whatever it is has made you tired, sometimes wanting to give up even. For writers, there's groups out there. I love the group that I'm part of, Open Book Blog Hop, a lot of talented authors in there. And we just weekly write up an answer to a question. Like, we will come together and throw a whole load of questions and stuff. And then we organize it, and the leader of the group, PJ McLean, brilliant author, wonderful human being, organizes that and gets the code and stuff so that we can all hook in our responses, and it's easily clickable and stuff. You'll see it if you go to my Blue Honor blog, Open Book Blog Hop, and then you'll see all the links with all the authors, and any authors can participate. It's talking about author life and so on. That builds resilience for me. Speaking with others, going through the same things. We're not all the same genre, but you get to see the similarities in the experience. And some of my responses have gotten, oh, I haven't seen it that way. That's really interesting. Or I'm going through that too, and I'm glad that you've said it, and it needs to be said. That helps someone feel heard. That meant they felt heard. And that's an amazing way to build resiliency. Being heard. Find somebody who will actually hear you, but also hearing. That's a really good feeling when somebody says, you've heard me. You're like, I have heard you. You know, you get that back. That is another strengthening aspect. Your nutrition is important. Your hydration. Make sure if you can, you've got coverage and you can, please go get your physicals done every year. Get your blood work done. If you have those parts, go to the gynecologist. If you have the other parts, go to that doctor. Please get your prostate checked. That's another thing. My dad had the surgery to remove his prostate. He still has cancer in his system. Get it checked soon, especially if you're at risk. You know, you could be as young as 40, 45 and get this. I know somebody who recently went through this surgery, is my age, and he's a survivor because he detected it early. And the reason that he knew is because his father got it. My granddad had gotten it. So my dad was aware, but the doctors held him back from getting the scans too soon, and bam. So get checked. Do not be embarrassed. Please, it is a blood test. It's your life. And there's nothing more important. Know that you matter. You do. You may feel like you don't matter because you feel like you're not putting an impact. You matter to somebody. Like, I felt like until I had my daughter, I didn't really matter much. And now I have a reason to get up every day. And that's an awful burden to place on her. But I've healed a great deal since. And I mattered just because I'm here. Every human being matters. As we look out across the world and we see the horrible things happening, especially to children, that is so hard to watch. It'll put you in perspective. It'll check you. Because when you're all like in your own head and feeling bad about your own situation, you're just like, get real. Especially when it's just around, publishing struggles, which are normal. Please understand that this is normal. Temper your expectations, etc. But also ask for help. Please ask for help. I suffer depression and anxiety. There have been attempts, yes. Much earlier in my life, I had put some eggs in a basket, and that basket dumped it out all over the floor and stomped on it. Made me feel like trash. And I just felt like my life was ruined. I wasn't going to get anywhere, and I was completely blockaded. You have to ask for help. Please ask for help. You matter. Building resilience isn't easy, but there's so many little things that you can do that help. And if all else fails, what I did was exist out of spite. Whatever wanted me gone ended. I'm sticking around because it upsets that. And I will be here just to make them crazy, right? I have a pin too. Survive out of spite. And it's a little flower coming up through the cracks in the pavement on the sidewalk. It's my favorite pin. Buy yourself things like that if you can. Go to the dollar store and buy yourself, like, I have all these cute little pens back here. I don't know if you can see them, that I keep collecting. They make me happy. They help. It is amazing how something little bright and colorful like that makes you happy. I borrowed this from my daughter to work on my book nook model. I said, I need a brown marker so I can color some of these pieces, because they're supposed to be wood, stained wood, but some of the sides are not colored, and she came over with the marker. It makes me so happy. She's such a good soul. But yeah, like, I'm looking right now. I have the Cheshire Cat sitting on my funky scroll back chair with my one of my pillows, my Halloween pillows that never get put away, and my pumpkin pillow, jack-o'-lantern pillow. But I have a lot of things around me, a lot of things, and they're all here to bring a smile to my face and help build that resiliency. My mom has never understood it. Sometimes she said, you're just never going to grow up. Cartoons make me happy too. It's keeping me alive. It's keeping me going with the writing. These things make me happy, and you don't have to understand them. That's something, other people don't have to understand. I'm like, it makes me happy, and I don't understand why it wouldn't make you happy. But that's my recommendation. I mean, my daughter was into the ponies, the newer ponies. I had different ones from Gen X and stuff, but I like this one, which is funny because Rarity is all into fashion and fancy stuff, and I am not, but I love her. I think she's pretty. But yeah, just bunches of stuff like that. You'll see, that's Colbert's poster up there, yes. I was thinking of getting a Tolkien one, putting in there, and I know that Stephen Colbert will not be offended if I cover him up with Tolkien, but that's the only thing that I can cover him up with, because I would need that frame. It's a lot of money to buy all these frames all the time, photographer speaking. That's another thing. You can always find like a side hustle, hobby, whatever, that you're not monetizing, that you're just doing for fun. Get you out, breathing fresh air, touching the grass, looking at the day. Photography saved my life back in the day. Swear to God, it did. I have a DeviantArt account, K Williams Photo. You can see a lot of my stuff on there. I still shoot now and then. I still do it. But hyper busy with work and the child and the blog and this vlog and the artwork and stuff, so I'm not always out there shooting anymore, but when I do, it feels great. I love it. So if there's something like that you love, do that, and don't make it a huge thing. Don't put caveats on it to monetize it and stuff. Just let it be its own happy thing. So don't forget to ask for help if you need it. It is not something to be ashamed of. You matter. And asking for help is important. Okay? Try to build those little things around yourself, like a little castle wall. Respect your own peace. Boundaries are fantastic things. If you have any questions, comments, a topic that you would like me to speak on that I haven't spoken on yet, or maybe I can point you to the video where I have, feel free to leave me a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. I love having subscribers. Thank you. And you can also subscribe on my blog, and you'll get the newsletter every week on Fridays. And that delivers a link to the latest articles and sometimes the artwork that I've posted. And I will see you here next time. Bye.